In 2022, I graduated with my AA in business management, and that was a big deal for me. Growing up, especially in high school, people told me I was not going to graduate high school, I was not going to go to college. So when I graduated, the girls were eating. In 2022, I tried to go up for an additional 2-year program off of my AA, which means I would have been going for my bachelor's in business management if I got in. I didn't. 2022 to 2023, I went for my AADTA, and that was essentially for my degree that I had now, my AA, to be transferable to another college or another university. And I worked really hard to do that. Okay? Okay? Are you following? July 13th of 2023, I got the email from my college saying I had gotten into this additional 2-year program, and I would be starting in the fall of 2023, which would have been September to December, and I just finished. So I wanted to share one of my finals with you. It's for management theory, I want to say, but it's a presentation on where did Sunkett City go, and I hope you eat it up. Hi class, I bet we all have the same question. Where did Sunkett City go? Let's talk about the rise and fall of Sunkett City while competitors like Best Buy stayed afloat. Sunkett City was an electronic retail store that had a very massive and very public collapse. At its peak, it had over 800 stores in the United States, roughly. Founded by Samuel S. Wurtzel in 1939, Sunkett City was originally started as Word's, a television store. In the 1940s, I could assume this was a great business to get into because of the invention of the television being so new and such a great technological breakthrough. Around 1960, there was reportedly 4 Word stores in the United States. These 4 stores had sales volumes of around $1 million. These stores would end up growing both in size and number. In 1975, Words expanded the business with Words Loading Dock, a showroom. The public loved these showrooms, and they brought Words a lot of business. These showrooms would later be renamed to Sunkett City Superstore, and in 1978, the first one opened in North Carolina. By the end of 1979, the company was bringing in over $120 million in sales. By the time 1984 had rolled around, there was a few changes made to the company. For starters, Samuel stepped down from chairman and CEO, and his son Alan had picked up where he had left off. The corporate name for Words was changed to Sunkett City, and the company was listed on the New York Stock Exchange for the first time. Stores were expanding both in size and number, and the consumers were really loving what Sunkett City had to offer. Some of the methods used in these stores had long-lasting effects that we see today in retail. By 1984, there was 113 operating Sunkett City stores. As more technological advancements took place, one of these stores seemingly popped up. By 1987, Sunkett City had made its first billion in sales. As the need for electronics grew, so did Sunkett City. With 300 stores operating, Sunkett City was at the top of the electronics store market share, looking to expand by 200 more stores. This led to Sunkett City being seen as competition for stores like Best Buy. Sunkett City also decided to have a second business venture, CarMax. This brought in good money for the company, even though CarMax and Sunkett City had nothing to do with one another. I wanted to talk about home appliances on the slide because it's very interesting to me. Home appliances made up 13% of all sales at Sunkett City. Upon cutting this section, 6 distribution centers from Sunkett City had closed and thousands of people had lost their jobs. But that's not all. All of the 570 stores would have to undergo renovations that totaled to $1.32 billion. While this might have sounded like a good idea at the time, mainly focusing on not being competitive with places like Home Depot, I feel like it was a bad idea in the long run because electronic places like Best Buy ended up actually adopting that idea to have a home appliance section. Sunkett City had taken a page out of Best Buy's book for the same model. Even though this seemed like the best idea for Sunkett City, they were still being financially hung up by the ever-growing eyes of Best Buy. In 2002, CarMax and Sunkett City had parted ways, and by 2003, employee commission pay was cut. By 2004, 19 underperforming stores were closed, and this was just the beginning of the downward spiral. That same year, Sunkett City had reported a net loss of $85 million. Even though they were losing money and locations, they still aimed to open 65 to 70 new stores. In 2004, Sunkett City decided to acquire Music Now, an online music store in Intingtan, which cost Sunkett City $300 million. It's rumored that Sunkett City thought the purchase of Intingtan would open its doors to Canada based on Intingtan's operating locations in Canada. Best Buy already had a leg up and was already in Canada. What Sunkett City didn't see coming was the lawsuit from Radio Shack due to its use of its name after it had separated itself from the company in the 80s. Well, things were looking down. Business seemingly picked back up. By 2007, Sunkett City was planning on opening a new chain of stores, The City. With the idea of opening this new chain of stores, Sunkett City was still struggling. This led to 7 domesticated stores in the distribution center being closed. Sunkett City's CFO had stepped down. They lowered their starting wage from $8.75 to $7.30. Blockbuster offered $1 billion for Sunkett City and then pulled out, which makes sense due to how Blockbuster ended. Each month, Sunkett City was losing millions. As 2008 continued, Sunkett City was losing more money than what they were making. November 10th of 2008, Sunkett City filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Sunkett City announced January 10th of 2009 that it would be closing its doors and closing its remaining stores. Now let's talk about what took place to result in the fall of Sunkett City. A lot of choices made on behalf of the company weren't the best. Some of these choices had to do with how the company was making waves in the ever-changing world and economy, as well as the advancements in growing technology. While Sunkett City used to focus on employee culture, they couldn't keep it going into the 2000s. This had a lot to do with pay and management of stores. After bankruptcy, a company called Systemax purchased Sunkett City's bankrupt assets for $6.5 million. And right after this was done, Sunkett City launched an online website for online shopping. In November 2012, SunkettCity.com was rebranded into TigerDirect.com. In 2016, 2 retail veterans purchased the rights to the name Sunkett City and plan to open stores the same year, with the same idea as Sunkett City. This was in 2016, so we can say nothing came of it. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you ate it up. I did get a comment, like 1 comment, maybe 2, but 1 comment was like, someone really liked my presentation. I don't know what I got on it. Wait. Should I check? I actually don't know what I got, because I guess the class disappeared off of my canvas. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked my presentation. I will see you later. I will see you later, because I don't know when I'm gonna upload next. Bye!